How you doing? I'm Master Luki. I'm a former UFC fighter. I got traumatic brain injury doing Ultimate Fighting, and not only that, I was diagnosed with moderate or mild depression as a teenager, and then the trauma to my brain, I believe, made things worse in my late 20s, early 30s. I'm 41 this year. I'll be 41 on Tuesday, next Tuesday. Also, I had some personal issues from the TBI that, you know, made things worse. Like, I got divorced, lost custody of my kids, was never physically violent to anybody outside of a professional martial arts setting. Let me just clear that right up. But I did yell at my ex-wife, especially concerning the health of the kids, because I'm a health coach. I follow a very strict nutritional protocol that my children were on from the day they were born until we started going through our marital problems and she started giving them junk food. And then to watch my sons get sick because of her actions, it irked me, to say the least. Any parent could relate, I think, to your children being harmed. It's probably something instinctual, but I shouldn't have yelled, I guess, or I should have offered a healthier alternative rather than just shit on what she was doing. Anyway, I can't go back and change things. I got in trouble with the law because there was a order of protection put in place because she said she felt threatened, and I started ranting on YouTube about the case, the family court case, and yelling at the judge. Like I said, I didn't really know what to do. And that was my outlet. But the judge saw it as a violation. I believe it was a violation of the order of protection, or I forgot what it was because my memory is a little hazy about this. This is 10 years ago. Anyway, I got called by the cops. They said, contempt of court, which is like a fucking Class B felony for making YouTube videos, right? But I ran. Definitely didn't want to go down for YouTube, but they got me anyway. One of my supposed friends turned me in. I was on the lam for 8 days, I think, and then I spent 8 days in jail. They diagnosed me as schizophreniform, which is not full-blown schizophrenia, but like showing here and there symptoms, because I was at the same time trying to figure out what to do with my life. I took a test for the police department. Then I realized I would have had to have a gun. I didn't want to be responsible for somebody else's life like that, to be able to take somebody's life like that. So I never followed through with that, but I couldn't fight anymore because of my brain injury, and I couldn't spar anymore until I came up with this new no head contact mixed martial arts regulation that I'm promoting now. So one of the things that I learned was that you could go viral on YouTube, and so I tried to do a daily YouTube video news broadcast, and I was shy. I took alcohol to kind of get up for the show, and the alcohol I was taking was making me look crazy. So I was getting like these bug eyes and just ranting. And the message, I would say, was true, except that you have to present things in a way that people will want to hear it. There's something in my tooth. Anyway, they wanted to put me on lithium. Lithium for schizophrenia, I think, or for whatever symptoms I was showing. And then let's just look up what's the side effects for lithium, because I remember reading up on it and I was like, if I take this stuff, I'm never going to be able to do MMA again. So lithium side effects. Now, my parents were all on board. They wanted me on lithium. They couldn't deal with me. So, fuck you to them. Headache, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, dizziness, drowsiness, hand tremors, dry mouth, so that's dehydration. Where is it? Increased thirst, increased urination, thinning of hair or hair loss. Oh man. Acne-like rash. Rare/serious side effects. Severe nausea and vomiting, severe hand tremors, confusion, vision changes, and unsteadiness while standing or walking. Imagine trying to do MMA if you're unsteady. In rare cases, lithium may lead to a reversible condition known as diabetes insipidus. Hypothyroidism. Low levels of thyroid hormone may occur with long-term lithium use. Rare kidney problems. Okay, well, I shouldn't blame them because they were unequipped to handle a child who I would say was suffering a modern, first world problem. But still, fuck you. The only person who took care of me was Dr. David Jubb. He's the only one who really cared. And you know why? Because he cared about me as a child of God. Not to be put upon by the system of synthetic drugs to numb me and dumb me down because people couldn't deal with me. Dr. Jubb took me in and he put me on a special program, including medical marijuana. Marijuana for depression, bipolar disorder. Okay, we'll just look up depression. I don't think I have bipolar, but they seem to be lumped together, and it has something to do with sugar. I was raised in a vegetarian household, which I would say vegetarianism is kind of a step in the right direction, but they do a lot of things wrong, like grains. And grains do cause depression. So that's why, as a teenager, I started to show signs of depression. Here you go. Medical marijuana for depression. Let's see. This is Healthline, which is a mainstream news, so we might not get an accurate thing. What's up, Jack? Yeah, I got about an hour before I have to go to the gym. I'm in between babysitting and the gym, so I'm going to make this quick recipe. I just wanted to give everybody a little kind of backstory, I guess. So, let's see. You have marijuana for pain management, anxiety, and treatment for nausea and vomiting related to chemo. Okay, I don't promote chemo, by the way. If you or somebody you know has cancer, I can't say on YouTube that I can help you heal naturally, but I think that if I was to say that, um, I think you, I think you would. How can I say this? Let's just say that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube that natural healing works better than synthetic treatments for cancer, heart disease, diabetes, all type of viruses. All right, I don't want to get my channel blocked, so I'm not going to say that natural healing works way better than all the chemical bullshit. Okay? Okay. Research on marijuana and depression. The evaluation of, after I read this, I'm going to make the recipe. The evaluation of medical marijuana for depression is still in its early stages. Right now, researchers share that possible benefits include the restoration of normal endocannabinoid function and mood stabilization. Okay. So that's why you can classify marijuana as a medicine, because a medicine is a transition to a healthy lifestyle. Like, for example, I bought this. This cost me $110, and I bought it 2 days ago. So I haven't gotten the benefits of medical marijuana in 2 days, and I've been okay. So I think I'm in the clear, and I probably didn't need this. Lithium, like we saw, is a long-term thing. You don't just get off it. All these synthetics, it causes dependence. Marijuana, I believe, is a gateway to health. So you can get off pain meds. You can get off other harmful drugs by using medical marijuana and other plant-based medicines. And the reason why it's called a medicine is because there's little to no side effects, and you can eventually wean off of it. And you don't get addicted for life like with other drugs. But don't get this mixed up with other plant compounds that can be turned into a drug. For example, cocaine is a refined coca leaf. That has been so refined that it loses a lot of the medical components of it, and then you're not supposed to be snorting crystals up your nose. But the people down in South America who use cocaine leaves, coca leaf, as a medicine in a high altitude, they chew the actual leaf, and there's no side effects to that, and that can be continued. That can be part of a healthy lifestyle. Jack says, I'm about to start a vegan journey. I'm excited about it. Putting a lot of preparation into planning the core ingredients and meals I'm going to need to prepare in order to do it. I'll continue to use honey, at least for now. All right, well, listen, Jack, I don't consider... First of all, good job. Any type of lifestyle change is going to be a good thing in terms of health. But I don't consider myself vegan, because vegan is an ethical, it's a moral... It's a term that people use to describe a way of eating that is for animal rights. Vegans care about animals. I don't. I don't care about animals. I care about human health, and then human health creates global health, because the menu that I promote on my website, Life Food Certified, that ingredients list is the most eco-friendly way to grow food. Vegans eat grains, which are responsible for clear-cutting the rainforest, and soy. Okay, grains and soy are not healthy for humans. They're not healthy for the planet. Bananas, not healthy for humans, not healthy for the planet. And I also eat honey, which is one of the most, if not the most, eco-friendly food there is. But vegans won't eat honey because they're stupid. I'm sorry, they're not thinking logically, they're thinking emotionally. Oh, the bees are enslaved. Let me just roll my eyes. The bees are enslaved, right? The poor bees. I just want to smack some sense into you because bee honey is responsible. The farming of bee honey is responsible for all your vegan food, dummy. Any vegan food that you eat needed bees to pollinate. And the more bees we grow, the more vegan food you can get. Pure, natural, healthy, safe, harvested with extreme care. They don't kill the bees. They don't harm the bees. They need the bees to come back and be healthy to make more honey. Duh. Why would they harm the bees? Oh, gosh. I just can't. I'm trying to explain this in logical terms, but you can't explain logic to somebody who's not thinking. All they're doing is acting on their emotions. Oh my God, the animals, the bees. It's just silly. They're dumb. As the world pioneer in certified organic bee farming, this is the honey I'm using today. We have the true knowledge of quality differences of floral sources and regions. We have searched the world and traveled thousands of miles to find the perfect isolated, untouched areas where nature is abundant with wildflowers that flourish in the undisturbed frontier wilderness. Our organic honey is harvested with extreme care. 100% pure, natural, unpasteurized, and unfiltered, fresh from healthy beehives. The results produce a superior, energy-packed honey with the highest possible levels of live enzymes, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, beneficial agents as a functional whole food. Our organic commitment with lifetime dedication brings you nature's very best, a highly selective, ultimate choice, quality organic honey. Enjoy nature's gift full of delicate flavors and rich, delightful tastes. Woo-hoo! This honey is thick. THICC. Look how thick. Oh yeah. And the reason why I'm using this honey, it's more expensive than what I usually get, but I want this, what I'm going to be making, to harden. I'm making a can of butter. I'm making a can of butter. And I want it to be like hard at room temperature, not pourable. All right. So here's how we're gonna do it. First, I'm gonna just make sure that the pan is dry. Ah, shit. All right. This is all the palm butter I have. Should be enough. I kind of want equal parts palm butter and weed, but I also have coconut. So I could do a mixture of palm and coconut. They're both hard at room temperature, so solid at room temperature, I should say. All right. No offense if you're vegan, you know. I mean, I admire the commitment. But that's about it. And besides honey, everything I do is non-animal product. So it technically, if you take out the honey, everything else is vegan. But look, I'm a martial artist. I'm a strategist. I think in terms of strategy. I don't think in terms of emotion. Emotion gets you in trouble. I try to think in terms of strategy. All right. I've succumbed to emotion in my life. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt this, right? Put this in the pan. Let me just, I don't want it to, what do you call it? I don't want it to pop. I don't want the water to be popping. So I just want to make sure the water is all melted from the I want to make sure the water is all evaporated, so it's not popping. Okay. So we're gonna go. All right. And I'm gonna get out my magic bullet here. This is what I'm gonna use to grind up the weed. So I think he said this was gorilla, some kind of gorilla. It was two kinds of weed mixed together. Looks like a decent. Oh man, it smells good. Holy. Powerful. So this is 14 grams. Basically half an ounce. Alright. So I'm gonna melt that. This is a recipe that I started making because I got into fasting. And, you know, to be honest, I did eat this week. I fasted on... I fasted 6 days last week. And then I did my flush. I did my liver flush on Sunday. And then I ate a grooming meal, and then I kind of been eating since. Just salads and stuff, nothing crazy, but it's not feeling good, like, to have material inside me. So the weed, believe it or not, acts as an appetite suppressant for me at first, and then when the weed starts to wear off, then I get like hungry again. But you know, I don't want a lot of material. Like, so in the past when I've made edibles, I've done, you know, I've made fruit roll-ups, I've made cookies, but I just don't want all that material. I just want the bare minimum in terms of actually what I'm actually bringing into my body. So I guess technically it's not a full fast because I'm eating this stuff, but it's close. Okay, just want to make sure these aren't little chunks in there. Tobacco, okay. Yeah, that's what I did, man. Tobacco was actually easy for me to quit because of the training and stuff. It made me, yeah, it just left a bad taste in my mouth, but it is the most addictive substance in the world, they say, so. But look, man, it's all steps, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to go, I mean, some people can go cold turkey on everything, but for me, I look at it like lifting weights. You know, at first you're going to be weak. You're not going to be able to lift a lot of weights. But you push yourself, you get stronger, and then next time you'll be able to lift more. So, now what I do is, I don't want this to be super high. I don't want it to fry, but it sounds like it's frying. Have I seen the documentary Dominion? I haven't. What's that about? Is that about the animals? I feel like I might have seen a picture. It's like a picture of a cow or something on the cover. I'm gonna look it up over here on my computer. Dominion. You know what? I'll look it up on the streaming site. Okay. Exposing the dark underbelly of modern animal farming via handheld cameras, hidden drones, and more. The movie investigates the validity and morality of the dominion within the animal kingdom. Okay, I see. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really like watching the cruelty of the animals, so I don't know that I'm gonna watch that, but I do believe that as the greatest, the latest and the greatest, we have a responsibility to, as caretakers, not to enslave the animals. See, the difference between animal farming and bee farming is that the bees aren't harmed. Jack says, I'm going to try to go cold turkey. I think I can get enough plant-based alternatives, and that's probably healthier anyway. No, definitely, definitely. Yeah, no, I mean, what I was saying is going cold turkey, everything all at once, the food and the tobacco. But, yeah, man, it's cold turkey as far as food. It's not really cold turkey because you're replacing. It's not like you're just not stopping eating. You're just switching out your menu, so I think you'd be able to do it, man. You wouldn't be the first, and I think because so many people are doing it, you have a lot of support and people to ask and people to hang out with or whatever. I don't know. I think there might even be a movement in the UK where you're at, because I know a guy who had a vegan restaurant that was basically life food. He closed down because of COVID, but they were doing real well. They had 2 restaurants. They had a recipe book out. They're leading retreats. They're holding classes as far as cooking goes. I know you definitely have organic out there. Maybe something to do with the ties that England has with the pagans. They're like real close to earth medicine and stuff like that. But maybe, I don't know. You'd know better than me. I know at least a couple of vegans out there though. Just scraping off whatever I can get of this powder here that's stuck on the blade and stuff. I'm what they call See, I'm the type of guy that when I was younger, smoking weed, if I had a bowl and the bowl had like resin all around it, I would when I ran out of weed, I would smoke the resin. See, I'm grimy like that. So I usually cook it up until it looks brown, which it looks about brown right now. I'll let it go a little, just a little longer, and then I'm gonna pour it in my blender. You done that in your time? Yeah, buddy. So I'm talking about them resin hits. Nothing wrong with that. I just, as an athlete, and not just as an athlete, because look, I don't have to explain it to you, but mixed martial arts is a different type of sport. We're built different. If we lose a match, it's not like another sport. Like literally, our lives are on the line. So I think because of mixed martial arts, because of the danger of mixed martial arts, it forced me to be, it forced me to really dedicate myself to training and to being as healthy as possible for performance, not just not for moral or just general health, but actually for performance. Everything I do, from the way I eat to fasting to urine therapy to whatever, it's all for performance. Like even that no head contact, like that's the only way I can perform. So I smoked weed since I was 15 years old up until, let's see, I stopped smoking again in, I'm going to say 2021 right now. So probably about 5 years ago. I've been doing the edibles for about 5 years. And I did notice a difference. I'm just, I'm going to be straight up. It's any kind of smoke. Now, the green smoke is not as bad as the tobacco smoke in terms of performance goes. But supposedly Sakuraba smokes. You know what I'm talking about? Kazushi Sakuraba, legend of MMA. And I think in terms of athletic performance, you're better off having a cigarette, as long as it's a pure tobacco cigarette, not the tar and resin bullshit. I think you're better off smoking a cigarette or taking a puff on a pipe than eating a pizza. Because it might affect your cardio, but it won't weigh you down for 3 days like a pizza will. 3 days. And that's not exaggeration. Let's get you in here for the close-up, though. So this is the infused palm butter, I guess you can call it. Palm oil. Let me just adjust my camera here. Oh, you use the rolling tobacco? Nice. Now we're talking, Jack. Hold on. I gotta fix this camera here. Okay. So I'm so stingy that I'm gonna use all of this stuff, all of the ash, all of that material. I'm gonna scrape it out, and I'm gonna blend it, because the little the little bit that's in that, I want to save that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to waste nothing. Not even this stuff that's like on the inside of the pan here. I want to figure out a way to save that. Maybe with some apple juice, I'll pour it in there, heat it up, and then drink the apple juice. Stingy. Stingy. Okay, so now, alright, based on what I'm seeing here, it's a cup. We got a cup in there. So, you know, it doesn't really have to taste good. I'm not eating this as a meal. I'm taking it as a medicine. So I'm just going to use a half of a cup. Half a cup of this honey here. So this is about a quarter cup there. And I can use my finger because it's just me. Another quarter cup here. So that's about a half a cup. And then I'll just do one more. So that's maybe like 2/3 of a cup. Honey. Now, the Vitamix is powerful, right? And if I just turn this thing up all the way like you're supposed to, all of this stuff will shoot up. It will coat the inside of the top here. It will coat the inside of this and this. And because I'm so stingy, I don't want to waste that. So I'm going to turn it on very low at first. Is it not plugged in? Oh. I don't know why that was, but... Oh, I know what happened. I overheated it the other day, making something. Okay. See, it even kicked up a little bit. It's about this high now. So that's like material that I'm going to have to figure a way to save that. I hate when it does that. Hate it! Okay, so the thing is that we're working with oil and not much else here. So, smells good though. The problem is that it's going to separate, I think. I'm not going to put it in the fridge yet. I'm going to leave it out, and then when I come back from the gym, I'm going to stir it. So it's going to solidify a little bit from now until then. And it's going to need to be mixed some more. Holy. I don't like the way that came out. Fangul. So what I'll do is I'll pour some apple juice in here and run the blender again. I'll heat the apple juice in the pan to get whatever little bits in the pan, and then I'll pour the apple juice in here as it's heated, and then run the blender again to kind of get whatever materials on the inside, coating the inside of the blender here. Okay. Did you get a good look at that? Shit, it's a bad angle. My bad. Alright. Apple juice. You know what? I actually have green tea already made here. I'll use this. Save my apple juice. Alright. Let that heat up a little bit. .408, I gotta be at the gym at 5, so I got time. Stir this around. Not warm enough yet. Let's just give it like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna just show you real quick, because we're a team, right? Here's that Dominion thing you were talking about. Okay, but let's go to my YouTube. All our hard work, you guys, I appreciate it. Whoop, not copyright. Monetization, here we go. $31.28. 4,000 required. I got 1,073 subscribers. We're getting there. Thanks to you watching. I appreciate it. I don't know what's going to actually become of this channel, because, you know, I'm anti-vax and I talk about things that YouTube doesn't want me to talk about. So when I get to 4,000 view hours, all I can do is apply. This might all be for naught, but we're gonna go for it anyway. And then the things that I got coming up, I think I'll be able to make money on regardless, whether I'm, you know, monetize, because I'm not gonna do the ads. I'm not gonna run ads on my channel, so I'm not gonna make money that way. But a couple of things that you could do when you're monetized on YouTube is you can have buttons. So I could have like a button where you can purchase something that I make here. Like if you want to buy medical marijuana, I could set, you know, I could have a button to purchase that. Some equipment that I use. Could have text to talk, where, you know, I could have the camera over here. I could be doing something, and then if you type something, I could hear what you're typing. You know, just a couple ideas. I'll look into it further. All right, now, see, I haven't dosed this, so I might get really medicated, but cross that bridge when we get to it. How is it still not? It's not all in there. Oh well. It's still like on the inside of the pan here. I'm just scraping it with my fingers now. I don't know. I do the best I can, guys. It's not perfect. It's reality. Tastes good though. Sweet and fat. What else do you need? You know what I mean? Perfect girlfriend. Sweet and fat. Mary Jane. Oh, is that starting soon? Yo, I wanted to see that. John Wayne Parr versus Nikki Holson. That's a legendary battle right there. I don't think Nikki Holson is this technical though. I think John Wayne Parr's had tougher fights. But he's old and stiff. He didn't look that good. Like when I saw him hitting the pads. I mean, he's always been kind of stiff. That's like the way his body moves. But he's got to be banged up. Thai fighters are the most banged up of anybody, I think. Like you see old wrestlers, they're pretty banged up too, but that's just from like the twisting and I mean, these Muay Thai guys, they're in car accidents, basically every fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's in a couple of hours, you said? I wonder if that's going to be on in the middle of the night here or if it's going to be watchable. That's free on the app, right? John Lineker, he's 4 hours from now. Let's see. 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Okay, I could catch that. John Wayne Parr, hip surgery and 44 years old. Damn. That's my age. He's been through hell, though. Me, I'm a little banged up, but not that bad. I ain't been kicked by Thai champions who've been fighting since they were 4 years old for a living. I'll see if I can check that out. And John Lineker, yeah, listen, I don't care what anybody says. The people who go to one championship, they either are washed up from the UFC and they're used to promote the one championship fighters, or they go there because they're not getting tested like they are over here. Eddie Alvarez, juice bag. Gary Tonin and everybody from Henzo, juice bags. I don't care what anybody says. They're all on steroids, and everybody in 1FC is on steroids. Everybody. The girls, the boys, the little Asians, the white dudes. I don't care. Anybody in 1FC. All juiced. UFC probably all juiced too, but I think they're on different juice. Like my conspiracy is that. Hold on, I'm having trouble with this fucking thing here. Hello? Fucking piece of shit. Oh my God. What the fuck? Chatri, that's the head, right? The head of one. He said a couple years ago that they had been doing WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Association, and WADA actually came out and said that was a lie. And one is they're always saying, oh, the honor, we want to bring back the honor of martial arts. Okay, buddy. Come on. Just be honest. I mean, seriously. We're not going to stop watching because everybody's on steroids. We already know they're all on steroids, so just be honest about it. That's why I don't like them, because they're fucking snakes. They're snakes. They lie and they go like this. You know what this means? This means peace. They're not promoting peace. It's bullshit. They do this, oh, peace be with you, and then they fucking kick you in the neck. I don't trust any of them. Now, I fought steroid guys. I trained with steroid guys. I still train with steroid guys. I've been injured by steroid guys because they don't know their own strength. Listen, when you go out of the natural border, okay, look, I'm just going to use the term God because it's just easier to explain. God made me. God gave me a certain amount of breaths in my life. God gave me a certain hormone ratio. The way that I develop is natural. When you start to bring in exogenous, meaning outside the body hormones, you're losing your own control. That's why people get injured themselves on steroids, because they become so strong that their own body can't control the forces. And I'm very, very glad I never did steroids, not even once, because I work with kids, I spar with kids, I spar with people who are beginners. I spar with everyone. Big, small, juiced, not juiced, young, old. And I can do that because I have a natural energy that's like a monkey. It's playful. Now, a monkey is not going to fight a tiger. But a monkey can win against a tiger because he'll fucking climb up a tree and get away. That's a strategy. This monkey, I'm not trying to get juiced up and face a tiger head on. Because first of all, that tiger was somebody's child. And I don't want to hurt them. I don't want myself to be hurt. I don't want for people watching to think it's okay to kill somebody else. And don't get it twisted. That is what fighting is, especially under the current rule set. What does martial mean? War. What do people do in war? They kill. That's how you win. You kill and injure and maim the other person in MMA. You break their limbs, you choke them unconscious, which if there was no doctor or referee or commission, that person would be dead. You'd be pounding their head into the ground until there's no head left. It's just a mess. Okay? And that's not respect, Jack. Like you just said, that's not respecting the sanctity of life. That's actually quite evil that Chatri and Dana White and other fucking scumbags are making money on people getting injured. And don't say that's a side effect. That's a direct effect. That's the purpose of the technique, is to kill somebody. That's where the martial arts comes from. The ancient battlefield. No weapons, no mercy. I'll have no mercy on you, Dana White, Shotri, Jake Paul, whoever else is promoting violence. Okay? Now, I'm not saying quit fighting. I have a system of fighting that's safer. Now, it's not as safe as chess. It's still contact. There's still a risk. It's just way, way, way less. It's way less. Drakkar Klose only got his show money after that Stevens shove. Okay, for anybody watching, the two fighters were facing off at the weigh-ins, which, in hindsight, they probably should figure out a better way to do that because, this is just one of several instances where the people pushed each other. Martial arts comes from farmers. Nah, Karen, you're wrong. What you're thinking about is the karate was outlawed and the farmers were taught this by the warriors. It's just silly to think that farmers created a fighting style. No, you're wrong. Martial arts doesn't come from the farm. It comes from war. It's right in the word there, martial. It's not farming arts. I'm sorry to yell, but you're talking out of your zone right now. A 9th degree black belt is bullshit. Ninth degree black belt doesn't mean shit. It just means you're old. 9th degree means you're old. And you can't fight anymore. All those 9th degree black belts got big old pot bellies. And all they do is teach forms and they don't fight. I'll fight any 9th degree black belt. I'm sorry. Now, some of the weapons that they use in karate, you're talking about karate, do come from the farm. Yeah. Big pot bellies from rice, Karen. Now, maybe Gene Brigham doesn't have one, but most of them do. I'm sorry. Yeah, I train with Special Forces every day. Well, alright, listen guys, you need a history lesson. Martial arts didn't come from Japan either. Karate came from Japan. The origin of martial arts is Africa. It went to India. The first documented martial arts is from India, and it's wrestling. And the traveling monks of India brought it to China, and then China brought it to Korea and Japan. That's the history. It didn't start in Japan, and it didn't start with farmers. Come on, guys, just think. Think with your heads. That's like saying painting was developed by businessmen so they can make money. Well, they might have used it in advertising, but they didn't invent it. No. Come on. Painting was invented by artists, like hardcore artists. And martial arts was invented by people who were killing each other. Yeah, meat eaters will always kill each other. Meat eaters are only one meal away from cannibals. They start missing a meal, you start looking like a juicy steak to them. But even chimpanzees have turned to eating meat, and that's because of scarcity. And I'm living in a basement here, and I can't live like this anymore, so I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight my way out. And you may not agree with that, and people may not agree with honey, but It is what it is. Gorillas? Yeah, gorillas definitely vegetarian. They do have big bellies though. Gorillas are herbivore. We're actually frugivores. We can't eat all that plant material. I think I'm gonna prove that fasting and calorie restriction and gorillas don't eat other monkeys. Yeah, no, definitely. Um, Japanese jiu-jitsu, Jack, is anything without a sword. That's correct. So you have the sword arts. There's Aido, you have Kenjutsu, and you have Kendo, which is the sport version. But when they lost the sword, everything else is Jiu-Jitsu. So that's throwing, joint locks, punching, kicking, killing without a weapon. So you're right about that. There's also Kyudo, which is archery. But then Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, turned into karate and judo, depending on what they focused on. But it's all has a common origin. The Chinese said that it was developed by watching animals fight. Have I practiced Kali? A little bit, a little bit. I have a system of weapons, because everything I do now is from my brand. So what I did was, let me see if I can find a thing here, and then I'm gonna go, guys, because I gotta get to the gym. Let me just Fulguro Geek. Hey, hi, man. What's up? What is this? Oh man. Oh, here's the ticket. Yo, by the way, I got this ticket dismissed. Let's go. Left side to curb. Yeah, I sent the ticket in. I was parked on the wrong side of the street. I sent the ticket in. Um, no, I didn't send the ticket in. It says on the back here. Let's see. Where does it say that? It says somewhere you got to show up and. So anyway, I went to the court, went to the village hall, and then nobody's there, and there's a sign on the door. Oh, we're not doing court anymore. You got to call in. So I called in, and they said, oh, we're going to call you back tomorrow, which is yesterday, between 6 and 9. So I'm at the gym. Thankfully, they called right after my lessons finished. I'm still in the gym. I put my headphones on. She said, oh, do you want to explain yourself, or do you want to just pay it? I said, well, look, I started this new babysitting gig, and I thought I was just going to be there for a second. I pulled in. I did park on the wrong side of the street. You know how, like, in America here, I don't know if you're still watching, Jack. In America, we drive on the right side of the road. So I pulled in. The house is on the left side, the way I'm driving. The house is on the left side. So I pull just to the left. So I'm basically facing the wrong way, but I'm parked right in front of the house. And I thought I was going to, this is what I told the lady. I thought I was going to be there just for a minute. And this is the prosecutor. She's sounds like a young female. I thought I was going to be there for a minute, and then I just got held up, and I forgot I had the car out there, and that's it. She said, all right, well, look, the cop filled out the ticket wrong. They didn't put the address on, so I'm just going to dismiss it. I said, hell yeah, let's go, baby. $40. Is that what it is? Or is it? $35. Which, to me, that's a score right there. That's $35 in my pocket. Okay. So, all right, just to wrap it up, guys, I'm gonna try and get in the gym early and sweep the mats. Yeah, she said the ticket wasn't filled out properly. I thought I was just gonna get it reduced. Sometimes they'll give you like half off, but I guess because it was so cheap anyway. I don't have my shit. You know what I'll do? Hold on. If you guys are here, let me just pull my laptop out. I have to switch my laptop out anyway because I I have a couple of laptops that my brother gave me. This is the one that has Photoshop on it. These guys sent me a cup which I don't use, but I did a product review on it. These guys is the company that I make my mouth guards with. It's a mold. It's very secure. I use a top and a bottom, two separate. Okay, this is another company. This is, I don't know what that is. GoPro. I don't know what that is. Dinosaur. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Very apropos today with everything that's going on. It was said by Martin Luther King. This is Scotty Marsden. Died after a teen kickboxing championship in England. Jack, look him up. Scott Marsden. 14 years old. Dead from brain bleeding. Joe Carvalho. Joe Carvalho died after an MMA bout in Brazil from brain bleeding. And then also Tim Hague. He died from boxing, but he was in the UFC also. And this was something that I made a few years ago. More people have died since then in boxing and other things related to head trauma. Okay, Spencer Fisher. He should be up here. We got to fight for these people, man. We got to fight for those who don't have a voice. So the laptop that I have hooked up right now is my MacBook, and that's what I make music on. So I'm gonna put that in my backpack. This way, when I'm babysitting during the day and the baby takes a nap for like an hour, I can work on my songs because I have like 5 songs that I have to finish, and they're not getting done right now because I really don't have any free time. I go from babysitting to the gym. By the time I get home from the gym, I got to go to sleep so I'm not dead the next day. And then start all over again. So if I can get an hour or two of making music in during the day, that'll be what I can do. Oh shit, you see my password? Okay. Race Play More. I'm taking my sons there on Saturday. It's going to cost me everything I have, but it's Max's birthday, so it'll be worth it for the memory. Now, I'm going to take you to, let's see here. This is my League of Champions folder. So this is, I literally have hundreds of pictures that I made for different things. Here's the picture that we just saw. Let's bring the camera in here. Sorry. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. There you go. In color. Got blood on our hands. Gotta wash that shit off. Okay, Doken. This is what I call it, Doken. So this is my weapons art. Kevin, you asked me about Kali, which is the knife fighting. I ascribe to the motto, if you see a knife, run. Do meaning the way, Ken meaning the blade. Prepare for battle. My logo here. Put my face on Mars, the god of war. He's got the two wolves of Rome. Okay, and then there's a Colosseum in the background, and then two dragons. So I call it double dragon, where basically instead of two bulls like they have in Muay Thai, two bulls butting heads, and then one falls, and you only have one champion. Here you have two dragons. They're flying together in the same direction. So this is the metaphor of my system, where both people get a score. Okay. Hold the sword below your belt, below your belt line, and bow down 5 times for God, yourself, your partner, your blade, and all the ancient warriors who gave their lives to teach us how to protect ourselves. Shit, I don't even remember writing that. Wow. There's a picture of a samurai in the background. Kind of hard to see, but it's there. Doken rules: no head contact, no finishing, strikes with blade only, power hold up to 30 seconds, 3-minute match, score up to 100. So it's basically the same concept as my MMA system, except now you have a blade, which is called Action Flex, and I'll just show you real quick. But Action Flex. No internet. What the hell? Hold on. What is wrong with this? Hello? Connect. Alright, refresh. Action Flex. Action Flex. Gotta do an Action Flex. Okay. So it's like a foam sword here. You know, they got nunchucks. I use the blade, the katana, the big one. Okay. Okay, so there's no head contact. We're gonna wear headgear anyway, just in case. So there is power hold, meaning you can do disarms, you could do takedowns, but you're only allowed to hit with the blade, and you're not allowed to hit with the handle. The handle is hard plastic, and the blade is foam. So we don't want somebody to get impaled on the handle. So power hold is my concept for scoring grappling. Basically, if you clinch somebody up, you have 30 seconds in each position. So that could be a standing position, that could be a position on the floor. It doesn't matter where it is, but as soon as you change positions, the timer resets. So if, say, you have a body lock on somebody, if you have a body lock on somebody and you change to an over-under clinch, that 30 seconds restarts. It's just to keep the action moving. It's a 3-minute match, and you get a score from 0 to 100. I'm going to put some videos up soon. Let me restart now. Jack, let's see, what would happen in a case of an accidental head punch or kick? Yeah, so it's happened before. First of all, it's up to the person who gets hit or the referee to call time. So what I tell the students, sometimes they accidentally hit each other and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, and they like put their hands out to console the other person. I say, listen, it's up to the person who gets hit or the referee to stop the action, because what if you accidentally hit somebody and they're fine, and when you go to console them, they hit you back, not in the head, but you know, they're still fighting. So, you know, you can step back and make sure, look, you know, to see, make sure they're not injured. So it's not an instant disqualification. We have warnings, Jack. The thing that you bring up a question, because you bring up a question where, you know, emotions could be running high in the heat of battle. And somebody could, I've seen it in kids, they are purposely trying to hit each other in the head because they're pissed. So we have to figure out. And look, I came up with the idea. The I should say the idea came to me through necessity because I can't get hit in the head anymore. Fuguro Geek, you are 100% correct. Safety first. Number one. Safety is number one. You can't do anything else if it's not safe. That's the first thing. Thank you for that. So the concept came to me. I'm developing it, but I'm I'm looking forward to the time when there's more brains on this matter. There's more hands on deck. Like I want to figure out how to hook up motion capture technology that will put our action as we're fighting onto a scoreboard. So whatever we're doing is scoring points, and the points are going up and up and up. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of points, and the score being animated with coins. So as you're scoring, there's coins raining down on this digital scoreboard. I can't do that, you know? I can't. I can't. I can draw a little bit, but I don't know how to program computers and make apps. So I have concepts that I can't do by myself. Who's gonna help me figure out how to score? So, for example, a rear naked choke, that's a maximum scoring point move. It's more than an armbar because you technically can fight with an armbar with a broken arm. Sorry, you could technically can fight with a broken arm, but you can't fight if you're unconscious. You know. Jack says, I really think with more emphasis on chronic traumatic encephalopathy, this definitely could become a staple martial arts system. Well, look at it like this. The Ultimate Fighting Championship used to be no gloves. They went in through the boxing commission, and that's why they're wearing gloves. So now that the people who were in charge of the boxing commission, they said, okay, we'll regulate, but you have to wear gloves. So they made it more of a sport. They took out headbutts, no groin strikes, no eye gouging. Okay? That's regulation. All I'm doing is instituting more regulation, making it more of a sport. Just like in football, they have more equipment now than they used to. You understand? So it's inevitable, bro. It's inevitable. I just want to make sure I see it in my lifetime so all the sacrifice and the pain and the trauma I've been through to live this dream comes to fruition. And, I have this job now babysitting, so I have money to travel. I'm going around, I'm going to be challenging people for money matches. So, for example, I'm going to go to Face a Brown Belt. Guy contact me on Instagram, and I'm going to put up $100 of my own money. We're going to have 5 matches. And based on our score on this through the scoring system, based on our score, we're each going to take home a certain amount of money. I'm going to see if he can put up 100, so it's 100 versus 100. And then, whoever gets a higher score is obviously going to get more of the money, but we're both going to go home with a little bit of money. And I'm going to go home with video footage and, one step closer to my goal. So I'm going to head out to the gym now because I got a 5 o'clock client and I'm not going to have time to sweep the mats, but I'm going to leave now anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. What I'm going to do as far as this weed goes, I'm going to see it's very liquidy right now. When I come home tonight, it's going to be more solidified, and I'm going to stir it by hand as best I can. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to try and stir it again. Hopefully it doesn't settle where just all the oil's on top and all the honey's on the bottom, but it's going to take a little work. I haven't perfected the recipe, obviously, but it's just like my life, I'm going to keep on keeping on. And one day I will be successful. Until that day, enjoy the grind. I tell my students, the ancient samurai, they wore masks. devilish grins because they found a way to enjoy the violence and the pain. Ah, good times. Master Luki, over.